Hello and welcome to Simple Spanish Sentences. This is the 8th video in a playlist on Spanish verb tenses and moods. In it, I'm going to share some sentences that show how to conjugate regular Spanish verbs in the preterite tense that end in AR, ER, and IR. The sentences that I use will be virtually identical to the ones I used in the previous 2 videos, and the main purpose here is to help you see the similarities as well as the differences between how these verbs are conjugated. The preterite tense is typically used to describe events that happened and were completed in the past, or that occurred at a specific point in time in the past. The 3 verbs I'm going to use to illustrate this tense are to speak, which is hablar, to eat, which is comer, and to write, which is escribir. Conjugating regular AR, ER, and IR verbs in the preterite tense involves 2 steps. First, we remove AR, ER, or IR from the end of the verb, and second, we add the appropriate ending to AR or ER and IR verbs respectively, as shown in the chart below. The sentences that follow will offer specific examples for how this is done. Recall that in the preterite tense, ER and IR verbs are conjugated in the same way. I in Spanish is yo, and to conjugate this, we drop the endings, and for hablar, we add I with an accent, and for comer and escribir, we add I with an accent. So hablar becomes hablé, comer becomes comí, and escribir becomes escribí. I spoke Spanish last night is hablé español anoche. I ate vegetables yesterday is comí verduras ayer. And I wrote a letter yesterday is escribí una carta ayer. You in Spanish when speaking to one person informally is tú. And to conjugate this, we drop the endings, and for hablar we add ASTE, and for comer and escribir we add ISTE. So hablar becomes hablaste, comer becomes comiste, and escribir becomes escribiste. You spoke English on Friday is hablaste inglés el viernes. You ate rice this morning is comiste arroz esta mañana. And you wrote a poem this morning is escribiste un poema esta mañana. He in Spanish is él, she is ella, and you when talking to one person formally is usted. To conjugate these forms, we drop the endings, and for hablar we add O with an accent, and for comer and escribir we add I, O with an accent. So hablar becomes habló, comer becomes comió, and escribir becomes escribió. He or she spoke with Pablo last night is él or ella habló con Pablo anoche. Pedro ate with Pablo yesterday is Pedro comió con Pablo ayer. And you wrote with Isabel yesterday is usted escribió con Isabel ayer. We in Spanish is nosotros or nosotras. And to conjugate this, we drop the endings, and for hablar, we add AMOS. And for comer and escribir, we add IMOS. So hablar becomes hablamos, comer becomes comimos, and escribir becomes escribimos. We spoke with Pablo on Friday is hablamos con Pablo el viernes. We ate with Pablo this morning is comimos con Pablo esta mañana. And Maria and I wrote with Isabel this morning is Maria y yo escribimos con Isabel esta mañana. You in Spanish when speaking to multiple people informally and in Spain is vosotros or vosotras. And to conjugate this, we drop the endings, and for hablar, we add AST, EIS. And for comer and escribir, we add IST, EIS. So hablar becomes hablastes, comer becomes comistes, and escribir becomes escribistes. You spoke Spanish with Pablo last night is hablastes español con Pablo anoche. You ate vegetables with Pablo yesterday is comistes verduras con Pablo ayer. And you and Maria wrote a letter with Isabel yesterday is tú y María escribisteis una carta con Isabel ayer. They in Spanish is ellos or ellas, and you when talking to multiple people is ustedes. To conjugate these forms, we drop the endings, and for hablar, we add ARON. And for comer and escribir, we add IERON. So hablar becomes hablaron, comer becomes comieron, and escribir becomes escribieron. They spoke English with Pablo on Friday is ellos or ellas hablaron inglés con Pablo el viernes. Pedro and Juan ate rice with Pablo this morning is Pedro y Juan comieron arroz con Pablo esta mañana. And you and Maria wrote a poem with Isabel this morning is tú y María escribieron un poema con Isabel esta mañana. And finally, to review these conjugations, for yo, it's hablé, comí, and recibí. For tú, it's hablaste, comiste, and recibiste. For él, ella, and usted, it's habló, comió, and recibió. For nosotros or nosotras, it's hablamos, comimos, and recibimos. For vosotros or vosotras, it's hablastes, comistes, and recibistes. And for ellos, ellas, and ustedes, it's hablaron, comieron, and recibieron. That's all for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did and would like to support this channel, you can do that in a number of ways. Also, if you noticed any mistakes, feel free to let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and take care.